I can say that this carrot was rare, but I thought, man, forget it. Yo, home's the Bel-Air.
What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mo J and we're locked in. This is the finale for Bel-Air, and it looks like Hilary and our boy LaMarcus are finally about to officially tie that knot, and we're going to get Jazz up out of here because we know that they had to have one more night together just to see if they can get over each other. So we're headed off to a wedding. But before we go to this wedding and break down this finale recap, if you like Bel-Air content, breakdowns, recaps like this, live after show discussions, then hit your subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button. Now I'm on that road to 50,000 subscribers and we need about 300. So do your part and hit that subscribe button. But let's go ahead and jump into it. No more talking. They dropped 2 episodes and here's the finale of Bel-Air season 3. Everyone's getting ready for the wedding. Will, Carlton, they're helping out and doing their part. Viv and Phil, they're getting prepared for LaMarcus's family to come over, but then Hilary stops both of them because guess what? She don't know where the heck her ring is, but no one knows this at the moment, so she's gonna have to cover this up any way she can. But we can't have a wedding without a ring. So it's time for this little family luncheon before we head out to the island and have the most magnificent wedding we've seen in the ages. Now, while they're all sitting here, LaMarcus is asking Hilary, "Hey, where's your ring at?" She's saying, "Oh, I'm getting it cleaned." Now, everyone's making their jokes. You hear them talk about the 3 rings: the engagement ring, the wedding ring, and the suffer ring, because Uncle Phil said, "Hey, this is your last days of freedom. You better enjoy it." So everyone's cracking jokes. But then LaMarcus's dad says, "Hey, how about that girl that kissed you, Phil?" And Hilary's like, "What? Someone kissed Dad?" And he's like, "Hey, shh, shh, shh." Because Phil and Viv, they're trying to put that behind them. Now, Will has called a meeting with Drew. They got to talk to Drew because his father invested, but we know Drew and Carlton, they don't like each other because of what happened with Lisa, and they felt like Carlton was a poser hanging with the white guys. But since Drew is part of this, he's going to be running the operations. He's like, "All right, let's sit down. I came up with some new ideas. I took the crown off of the black cess. Let's do this, make it a little more colorful." Carlton is trying to hold it together, but he just doesn't want to work with Drew. Now, Will knows, hey, this is an investor. We have to do what we got to do to make this work, because if not, then we're going to be screwed out of all of this money. Later that night, Hilary sits down and talks with Viv, and she's asking about the kiss that happened. Now, we finally hear Aunt Viv admit that Philip was not wrong. The only thing he was wrong about was not telling that he got kissed. But she admits that Phil was kissed. And she's telling Hilary, listen, you got to work through some things sometimes. Things are going to be rough. They're going to be tough. But that's how marriages are. You just have to get through that. And where we were at in that time, her and Phil, they sat down and talked it out. So we know Hilary might be getting cold feet because she still wants to be with Jazz, but she just needed some confirmation because she's seen that she was going down the same path of what happened with her father. Unfortunately, she was the one that kissed somebody, and Uncle Phil was the one that got kissed. Everyone's excited to be out here for the wedding. Will's on the Instagram live. "Hey, Black Sets, we're out here. I guess it's where the bougie black people go." Lisa has to remind them, "Hey, you're one of the bougie black people now. You're one of us. They not like us, but you like us, Will." So everyone's just excited. But remember, that ring is still missing. Carlton goes up and talks to Phil. He's still trying to get some loving from Aunt Viv, but she's holding off. She's still playing hard to get with a dog. He ain't got none in a while. So when Carlton comes up here and talks to him, he's like, "Dad, your times has been hard, and I've been suffering, but I just want to get things right. And if you got any advice," Uncle Phil says, "Listen, Carlton, you're gonna get things together. It just takes some time. And also, I have a big surprise coming up for the family. Just wait on it." So Carlton wants to know what Uncle Phil is talking about. But Uncle Phil, he's, being quiet about it because you don't want to let your plans go and then someone leak out any information. Jazz is getting ready to head out. And your boy got to put on some clean all white Air Force Ones. And when he puts his foot in there, when you feel like a little pebble or a rock, he's like, "Man, what the heck is this?" Well, he reaches down into the forces, and what does he pull out? He pulls out none other than Hilary's big $100,000 wedding ring. I'm talking about big rock. Now, it kind of has you thinking, should I do the right thing Go out there and give the woman of my dreams, the woman that I love, her wedding ring so she can get married, or keep this ring and go try to pawn it and make a little bit of money and act like I never knew what happened to this ring. Decisions, decisions. But he ends up calling Will. Will, we got a problem. I got the ring. Will goes to tell Hilary, I got some good news and some bad news. The good news is we found the ring. She's like, okay, what's the bad news? The bad news is Jazz has it and it's in LA right now. So Ivy hops on the phone. You need to get on a flight right now. Right now? Like right now. Jazz is like, geez, Louise, Ivy, take it easy. You're not even at least gonna be nice to me. Say, please, thank you. May you get on a flight? She says, listen, we'll book your flight right now. You need to get this ring here. So Jazz is going to see Hilary before she jumps that broom. The rest of the crew, they're sitting around about to grab them something to eat and figure out what the heck is going on. They pick up some donuts. They got young Ashley with them. Now, when they go out here, Ashley sees a double rainbow. She's like, we used to make wishes on that. Carlton's like, yeah, we sure did. I wish for the perfect body. And then, Will had to make a short joke. Said, well, you got this little body here. But they all made them a wish. Now, being superstitious and, you know, having different feelings about stuff, you can't knock anybody for that. Because if that's what you believe, then hey, you got to stick to it. So everyone does it, and hopefully this wedding goes without a hiccup. Everyone shows up to the wedding. It's time for wedding photos. Everyone looking clean, looking sharp. No complaints in sight. I'm talking about everybody's clean as a whistle. Blow the whistle. Look at Geoffrey and Phil. They met back when young Hilary was only 4 years old, and now here she is getting married. Jazz finally shows up with the ring. This is what we all been waiting on. What's next? How is this going to play out? Now Will is like, all right, listen, let me get that ring and let me get on out of here. Wait, did you have this in a Ziploc bag? And Jazz is right. It's not like I just have ring boxes just sitting around the house. He's like, all right, well, look, I flew all of y'all here. Let me at least give the ring to her. Will's like, I don't know, man. All right. You can give her the ring, but don't mess up nothing, Jazz. Don't touch nothing. Now, if this is the old Jazz, he touched something. But this new school Jazz, he's like, all right, Will, just let me do this. I have to. Everyone left Hilary to get some woosah time. Now, Jazz ends up sneaking into the room. No one saw him come up here. And let me tell you, Hilary was looking good. So I know he was in there nervous, sweating, didn't know what to say. Because, hey, this is the woman he loves. This is the woman he wants to be with. But unfortunately, he can't. And remember, the last time they spoke, they even said the next time they see each other, she'll be married. I bet he didn't think he was actually going to be there for the wedding. But they hug. He gives her the ring. She thanks him. And you can tell that they both like each other, but he respects her decision. And he walks on out the room. Right when we think Jazz is about to make a sweet escape, guess who's at the bottom of the stairs? LaMarcus. LaMarcus sees Jazz, and the first thing he says is, Jazz has a weird case. Why is he around? Will tries to step in and say, man, we were just leaving. He was just here just saying bye to Hilary. He was already on the island for Black, basically lying. And Hilary said, you know what? I'm not going to do this anymore. So she comes clean, and she tells LaMarcus that she kissed Jazz a couple of months ago. And she's like, I don't want to have any secrets. LaMarcus says, I don't have any. And he storms away like any man would. You find out the day you're getting married that your fiance has been kissing some scrub. How would you feel? Carlton and Ashley, they end up catching up with him. And when they catch up with him, they're telling them, man, look, at first, we're not going to lie, man. We didn't want to see you with Hilary. We were Team Jazz. He's like, oh, well, thank y'all, Team Jazz. But they're like, nah, Hilary really does love you. She made a mistake. But Hilary shows up and she's telling LaMarcus, listen, I didn't mean any of this. I don't want any secrets. I want us to move forward together, and I just want things to be right. Now, of course, it's looking like this might be the end of it. But then you might have to have a level head. If this is really the woman you love, can you trust her moving forward? Maybe she really did make a mistake. But then she also told you she stayed the night at Jazz's house and left her ring over there. So it has your mind wondering. For someone like me, the wedding wouldn't even go through anymore. I would have been on the first flight out of here, me and my parents. And everyone else that I knew, if I had the money, I'd get them a refund. But this wouldn't go down. But Hilary, she talked a good game. The wedding proceeds. It proceeds like we thought it would. And guess what? Everyone is out here and they're happy. Now, they're saying if anyone's against this, speak now or forever hold your peace. So all of us are looking around like, uh-oh, is Jazz going to say something? Uh-oh, is Jazz in the vicinity? Jazz doesn't say nothing. And he watches this marriage go down and he's hurt. Everyone else, we're happy. But Jazz, he's hurt. Let me tell you, man, it's got to be a bad feeling to see the woman you love getting married to the woman, or should I say to the man that she loves. The wedding goes on and proceeds like it should. Congrats to the newlyweds. But back at home, we find out Amira, she's going back to rehab. Well, this is needed because she was on hard drugs. She wasn't on that regular degular. She wasn't on liquor. She was on that cocaine, got hit with a little bit of that fentanyl. And well, she's about to go across the country, but she has support from everybody in the crew. Carlton, Will, and Lisa. And they all want her back. So that's a good thing, having that support. But she has to go to Boston. No more local stuff. We got to send her across the whole United States. Uncle Phil said he was working on a huge project. And it turns out him and Omar might not be business partners anymore, but he got major investors from athletes, philanthropists, local people in the community to invest into Omar's property. So now, not only are Black sets going to be involved in this, supporting the community, Uncle Phil is. And we're all voting for Yolanda for city council. And this also means that the Banks residents, they're about to own some shopping malls, some condos, and they're about to be making even more money than a little bit. So Uncle Phil had a huge plan, get away from Erica, partner up with Omar, and now he has the community back behind him. This is a beautiful thing. Everyone wins in this situation. But once he gets home, we find out that Geoffrey left a letter saying he got to get his family away from all of this nonsense, and he doesn't want to bring his family's trauma to Uncle Phil's. So he actually left and left a letter to get his family up out of here. Aunt Viv finds out that she's pregnant. We don't know by who, but we got us a new baby coming into the picture, little Nikki. Hilary and LaMarcus are about to celebrate their honeymoon. The only problem is LaMarcus is on the bed and he's not responsive. LaMarcus, hello? Hello? Hilary's nervous. She's calling 911. We don't even have a pulse, I don't think. I hope he ain't RIP, kick the can. And the last thing we see is Will going over to Geoffrey's house, seeing that everything is gone, and that same G-Wagon that was following Geoffrey and Penny, well, those guys, they hop out and they kidnap Will. So it looks like Geoffrey didn't want to bring it to the family, but they're bringing it to the Banks family. So I don't know how we're going to do this next season, if there's going to be a next season, but we got to save Will. All right, there you go, the recap for the finale of Bel-Air. Let me know what you think about this kidnapping. Is it going to play out into season 4? Are we even getting to season 4? And is Geoffrey going to come back and save the day, or is it going to be up to Uncle Phil to try to figure this out? Plus, LaMarcus, do you think he's dead, or is LaMarcus just having one of those moments where he went out, he'll be back later on? Let me know what you think. I'm ODIJ. This is season 3 of Bel-Air. Pretty good season overall. I give it like a 7.5. These last 2 episodes, I was I wish they would either drop all of the episodes at once or just weekly. We don't need 3-3-2-2. That was a little awkward to me. But let me know what you think about it. How are you feeling about the whole season overall? And what do you rate it? I'm ODIJ. We're on that road to 50,000 subscribers. If you like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.